If you have elbow pain, this video is for you. We're gonna go through how to use rock tape to help alleviate your pain, help you keep working out and doing all those things that you love and enjoy doing. So we're gonna take, this is gonna be the standard roll of rock tape or their bulk roll. This is standard as opposed to they also have an extra sticky. If you are working out, going out into the water, things like that, I do like the extra sticky if you're gonna try and leave it on for multiple days. If you're just going for a couple days or not being very active, you can always go with the standard version. It's just a little less sticky. It's not gonna quite stay on as well whenever you start getting sweaty, doing activity, things like that. So extra sticky is the way to go if you are trying to be really active. So just nice and easy. All I did is I pre-cut these ones myself beforehand. So measuring just right around the elbow, kind of right where that crease of the elbow goes. We're either gonna do two different types of tape. We're either gonna go for the outside or we're gonna go for the inside. Both of those, same thing. We're gonna start off, kind of measure that tape down. So whenever you're using the roll, if you have a big roll, a little roll, we're basically gonna pull it out. And then however that distance is you kind of want to cover. So if I was going the inside, I would cut right around there. So I already pre-cut these. I rounded the edges. The rounding of the edges is really important to help it just stick. It's gonna allow it not to have your clothes or just any other objects kind of catch on that corner, that focal point where it's actually gonna roll up. So if you round the edges, it's really gonna help to make it just stick down and last a little bit longer. So taking this, initially what we're gonna do is just a little rip just to get an anchor at the edge. So that anchor is going to be no stretch, no matter where we put it, whether that's gonna be on the outside, inside, it's gonna have no stretch on it. The stretch already is inherent within the tape. You already have a little bit of stretch within rock tape. That's why I think rock tape is probably the best kinesio tape that is out there on the market. Lasts longer, sticks better, and you don't have to stretch it as much to get those same effects. So I'm just gonna peel off that little end. Again, this is just gonna be our anchor. Doesn't really matter where you go. Big thing is that you're just right around those tendons. I want those tendons to kind of be covered on this side. Same thing if we're going to the inside. I want it to be right around that bony prominence. This is where all those tendons come up. Where all those tendons come up and attach onto the outside. So we're trying to follow some of those structures and give a little bit of support to them. So from here, all I'm gonna do is we're just gonna go with a lay down stretch. Again, because that tape already has a little bit of inherent stretch in it, all I'm gonna do is just kind of guide it down, set it off, and then from there, just getting it down, and then adding a little bit of rub, a little bit of friction into the tape is gonna help it stick. It's gonna kind of help activate that adhesive that is within the tape. If you do have super hairy arms, a lot of times it's beneficial to either shave or if you're an athlete, you can also put some sort of spray adhesive on there too to make it just extra sticky. But just kind of giving that little rub, I find typically goes a long way. If you do have anything on the skin though, if you do have any lotions, anything like that, you'll want to try and wipe that off and get that off really good before you put any of this on. If not, it's going to come off pretty quick. But kind of let that sit, let that adhesive just kind of bind to the skin. You should also feel a little change with it on. You should feel kind of a little lifting of the skin. That is one of the main things that we know the tape does, is that it provides this lifting effect. So if you look underneath, you can kind of see this little wave pattern that's on the underside of the tape. That creates this lifting effect underneath the skin that helps with lymphatic flow, things like that. So if you do have any bruises, it's a great way to help take those away. But the more important thing that it does for me is it improves proprioceptive awareness, which is where is our body in space. So if you already have some pain within those tendons, they're just gonna be diminished. Those nerve functioning firings are just gonna be a little bit less. So we're using the tape to help put increased input into the skin that'll then help the muscle get supported. So for the elbow, just did the one strap. Other one that you can do is just a little cross strap. So if you do have a little focal point, You can put another little strap right across it just to try and help unload the tissue just a little bit, give it a little bit different stress going across. You can add a little more stress right over that point. Big thing again is that where the anchors are on the ends, I don't want any stretch on those ends, especially if there's a lot of stretch pulling down here. It can really irritate the skin. That's usually where you'll see kind of where it gets red or super itchy. Tape does get itchy, anything like that, take it off. Highly recommend that you take it off in the shower, or you can add in some sort of alcohol, hand sanitizer, anything like that to just help break down that adhesive before you take it off, so you don't rip off all your hair or skin or all of the above. It is pretty sticky stuff, especially if you do go with the extra sticky version of Rock Tape. Hope this helps out. If you are doing the inside version, again, it's going to be the same thing. You're going to start anchor there, going all the way down to just help support and take a little pressure off of whatever is going on up here to help you keep active, living an active, healthy life. If you like these videos, make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel so we can keep bringing you videos that you enjoy.